we go. McGarvey right away, back at Parkhead. I'm sure he'll love this game this afternoon. Although one wonders what will happen if he actually puts the ball in the back of the net. Free kick to Celtic. That's Tommy Burns. A slack one by Burns. Corbin gone away to the left wing. Very pleasant afternoon indeed for football. Sun has broken through, pitch in immaculate condition. A very healthy looking crowd has turned up at Parkhead. Wilson takes a free kick. Garvey pulling the defender with him. It's McGugan. Now Gallagher. Spears. Nice touch on there. There must be the shot by Hamilton. And in actual fact, I think he was slightly put off by Neil Cooper. I mean, it was really set up for the fullback to come forward. Cooper really should have moved out of the road much more quickly. Robin. Hamilton goes with him. Johnson, no support on the other side, but he gets it from the referee, who considers he was nudged. There's Bo Johnson. Wide one by Paul McStay. That was very surprising. Robin had no chance of getting. McGrain. Fighting hard for it that time. Pushed to the touchline though, and two men with him. Well, if you can play like Provan, you're obviously going to face every Saturday auxiliary defenders. With two men with him. Look at that. No covering in the St defence. There's a shot. That was McStay. Won't like him. Yeah, he didn't quite get the finish control on it. Just underneath it. But that is his best position, just coming into the edge of the penalty area like that. He snaps him up very quickly. Now Grant acres of space for him. A little slip there by Pro, and that wasn't a bad move actually. Just a little unlucky. Celtic seeing more of the ball now. The grass is actually quite lush, and I think that slowed up the path of the ball. Well, that's a good ball. No offside. Bo Johnson's curling ball, and that's just pass. I think that would have beaten money, that header by Paul McStay. Slightly slow getting down, but I think it was the quality of the header, the direction slightly off. Great length of that goal kick. Aiken. Clark off the back of the head. That's Wilson. Again trying to find McGarvey. This time he does, and St Mirren get a corner kick. I think that's the first of the match. Swinging away towards that far post and towards Godfrey. Peter Grant didn't quite get there. There's McStay. Taken down by Hamilton. Out come the Celtic defence. Could have been a useful ball, that. Went the wrong way. Burns fighting for it. Just got rid of it. Well, they kept a level head, Celtic. Decided to walk themselves out of that position. And there's Clark. Johnson is onside. Well, that's a lovely looking ball, Godfrey. Well, there's a great shot of the goal. Oh, brilliant. Brian McClair. Superbly struck. Oh, what about this now? Back to the goal. And he didn't hesitate a moment, swiveling round and hitting it. And you couldn't blame Money for not stopping that. That was a superb strike by McClair. 1-0 for Celtic, 17 minutes gone. Well, that absolutely stunned St Mirren. They've been defending reasonably well after a rather haphazard opening. And I mean, McClair could have scored that goal against the finest of defences. Great individual effort. McStay. McGrain. Well, they're beginning to move well. Celtic. Here's McClair. He'll try and chip the goalkeeper. And Celtic are now turning on the style. The emphasis on moving the ball quickly, running into space, getting behind defenders. And St Mirren are looking fragile. There's Mugabe. What intelligent play by Mugabe. Wilson coming up. Danny McGrain. Right in the heart of his defence. I think there's offside, yes, the flag was up. Actually, Frank Mugabe offside. Look at the running of McClair. This time he's offside. By Bones, there's the race on again. St Mirren defence again looking very flat. That's McClair. Provan, I think they want to go on the outside, he does. Gets away with it. There's the second one coming up. Oh, Johnson was in behind for McStay. And the pressure really on. St Mirren in the rack. And I think a little confusion amongst the Celtic players themselves there prevented the second goal. I think had it gone right through to Maurice Johnson, he was in a better position than Paul McStay. Grant. Superb ball. What an influence this young man's having in midfield, Peter Grant. Look at his style and strength. Spears. Grant again. Now McStay. Johnston. Well, I must say I thought McClair was going into an offside position. I know the ball went to Johnston, but it seemed to me that McClair might have been influencing play, but the linesman did indicate. Well, I think Provan might come out of that sandwich. Looks slightly groggy. Quickly taken by McGrain, the free kick. Robbins recovered all right. Nice little jink. Over the waste paper as well. And there is almost a second one. Well, Brian McClair has astonished himself that he didn't put that away. All from that run again by Provan. Really a knifing his way past the St Mirren defence. That delicate chip across, and in actual fact, I think McClair ought to have scored with that. But he almost got the touch there. Looking after it. This time, though. McStay. McStay's been overshadowed today. And there's a lovely ball through there, and not enough pace in that. Again, I mean, Celtic are basing the play this afternoon on speed, good control, and St Mirren are very, very stretched to keep this down to 1 goal at the moment. Well, this is a better break by St Mirren. Down to Mackey. Here's McGarvey. Give it offside. Well, Danny McGrain wants to play all over the field, I think. Got away to the left side. Back he comes. He knows his spot. Johnson trying to go and just gets there. You know exactly where Probert would be. No, straight to Godfrey. Saying earlier that Paul McStay was overshadowed, I meant by Peter Grant. Grant has had the more effective game of the pair so far. Oh, Cooper dreadfully slow. Gallagher. Actually, he had 2 men behind him who were in a better position. Didn't seem to realize it. There goes the race through the middle again. Has it gone over? Yes, I think it has. Corner kick. Right across, and too much for Aiken. Simply gave up. Loud. Corner kick. Robin, touched there by Aiken. There's McGugan, yes! 2-0. The big defender who played so impressively for Celtic in Madrid when I saw him out there, put Celtic 2-0 in the lead, 38 minutes gone. That's an excellent goal for him, really is. Give off the shoulder, I think, in McGugan. There's Johnson, Grant. Just behind McGrain. Allowed him to come up. Johnston. There's McGrain. No offside. And there's McClure. Superb move again, coming from the right. The patient build-up. And then McGrain realizing the thrust was on. The sweep across. And there was McClure. Just a toe to it, but underneath it. This man isn't jaded at flag. Flying the long furrow almost. Gallagher. Offside, clearly so. Virtually on the half-time whistle. Give off the shin of Derek Hamilton. And there goes the half-time whistle. Celtic leading comfortably, I may say, by 2 goals to nothing now.